Season 4 of Game of Thrones is often regarded as one of the strongest seasons in the series, delivering climactic payoffs, shocking deaths, and significant character development. Following the emotional wreckage of the Red Wedding, the season dives into themes of justice and vengeance, showing how actions ripple outward in a world driven by ambition, legacy, and survival. With political upheaval in King's Landing, war in the north, and the growing mystical threat beyond the Wall, Season 4 bridges the show's brutal realism with its deepening magical and mythological layers. King's Landing becomes the stage for one of the most memorable events in the series, the Purple Wedding. King Joffrey Baratheon, newlywed to Margaery Tyrell, is poisoned and killed during his wedding feast. This dramatic turn shocks the realm. Tyrion Lannister is arrested and accused of Joffrey's murder, although he is innocent. His trial becomes a showcase of political betrayal, as he is turned on by former allies and even his lover Shae, who testifies against him. Tyrion's trial is a key emotional thread of the season. Feeling humiliated and broken, he demands trial by combat. His champion, Oberyn Martell, the charismatic prince from Dorne, volunteers to fight Gregor the Mountain Clegane, who killed his sister years before. Though Oberyn nearly wins, he is brutally killed, leaving Tyrion sentenced to death. Oberyn Martell arrives in King's Landing with fire in his heart, seeking revenge against the Lannisters for the murder of his sister, Arya Martell. His charm and wit make him a fan favorite, but his thirst for vengeance leads to his downfall. In the infamous trial by combat, Oberyn's fatal mistake, demanding a confession mid-fight, allows the Mountain to kill him in a gruesome fashion, literally crushing his skull. Oberyn's death echoes the season's theme. Revenge blinds and justice in Westeros rarely comes clean. With help from Jaime Lannister and Varys, Tyrion escapes execution. But before fleeing, he confronts his father Tywin, finding Shae in his bed. Enraged, Tyrion kills Shae and then shoots Tywin with a crossbow while he sits on the privy, a symbolic death for the most calculating man in Westeros. Tyrion's act of patricide is both cathartic and tragic, representing his complete detachment from the family that rejected him. Tyrion escapes Westeros in a crate, heading east toward a new purpose, while the Lannister family is left broken and fractured. Far in the north, Jon Snow returns to the Night's Watch and warns of the wildling army, led by Mance Rayder, preparing to invade. The Watch faces massive threats, with internal dissent and the looming attack from both the wildlings and the White Walkers. The conflict peaks in Episode 9, The Watchers on the Wall, a visually stunning and emotionally intense episode. The wildlings launch a full-scale assault on Castle Black, attacking from both sides. Jon Snow leads the defense in a brutal and heroic stand, proving himself as a natural leader. During the chaos, Ygritte dies in Jon's arms, another casualty of divided loyalty and tragic love. After the battle, Jon ventures north to negotiate with Mance Rayder, but is saved when Stannis Baratheon arrives with his army, unexpectedly supporting the Night's Watch and defeating the wildlings. In Meereen, Daenerys Targaryen conquers the final city of Slaver's Bay, freeing the slaves and toppling the existing order. She establishes herself as a queen, but quickly realizes that ruling is harder than conquering. She is confronted with the complexities of justice. Should she crucify the former masters as punishment? Should she close the fighting pits, a local tradition? What does it mean to free a people who don't all want freedom the way she envisions it? Her dragons also become unruly, killing a child and flying away. Daenerys chooses to chain her dragons, showing the painful sacrifices leadership requires. Though idealistic, she learns that mercy, justice, and strength are hard to balance. Arya Stark continues traveling with Sandor, the Hound Clegane, forming one of the show's most complex duos. Their journey is filled with conflict, humor, and reluctant respect. Arya becomes increasingly desensitized to violence and begins embracing the philosophy of revenge. In the finale, the Hound is mortally wounded in a fight with Brienne of Tarth, who is trying to fulfill her vow to protect the Stark girls. Arya chooses not to kill the Hound, nor help him, letting him suffer alone. She then leaves Westeros, boarding a ship to Braavos with the coin given to her by Jaqen H'ghar, initiating her path to becoming a faceless assassin. Season 4 isn't just about shocks, it's about consequences. The decisions made in this season ripple into the rest of the series, reshaping alliances, redefining identities, and signaling the beginning of a new, more unpredictable phase in the Game of Thrones.